She bad, 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 she bad. Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Fendi bag, Prada bag, Louis bag, Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Birkin bag. She in a bag, she drip, she swag, never mad, she glad.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Y'all know me. I am the Bald Hair Truth, and we are back with another episode of Red Couch Conversations, where we talk about sex and relationships. And you already know I'm going to talk about what's going on in the Black community. So, before I go any further, I want to introduce my special guest, Lavita Jones. Her and I are a member of the same organization, and we got to talking because we have a lot of common interests when it comes to social injustice and things like that. So before we go any further, allow me to present to you Lavita Jones. Welcome to the show, lady.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. To be here.
Yes.
And as you know, I am a psychotherapist.
Okay.
And
what exactly is a psychotherapist?
Well, that's the sort of therapy in terms of mental health and behavioral health, where we take you deeper to go into some of the root causes of your behavior.
Oh, there are a lot of people that need that. Yeah, I know a lot of people. Can I get a referral fee?
Absolutely.
There's a lot of people. Oh my God.
But, a lot of people are walking around broken. Mm-hmm. And they don't know it. Mm-hmm. They don't know why one morning they feel great. Oh, it's all bubble gum from gumdrop. And then the next moment, they're on the way to work. They were feeling good. And all of a sudden, it's like a dark cloud just came over them.
Right.
And the shifts in their moods, the fluctuations in their emotions, oftentimes is caused by deep-seated trauma or issues that they suffered during their youth.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you this. One of the things that I hear a lot of times is that Black people don't go to therapy the way they should. And like, just say, for instance, me, like my parents, I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but my parents kept me in therapy. Like, my parents, they had problems in their marriage. And, me being in a household when that type of stuff was going on, they would, let me go to therapy and talk about, my feelings and how, it was affecting me. So I really appreciate that. But I'm telling you, I hear all the time that they say that Black people don't go to therapy, especially our men. What do you think about that?
Well, historically, that's been accurate. Mm-hmm. I will tell you that the onset of COVID has brought about tremendous change in mental health and behavioral health field.
Oh, cool.
Of which I've been a licensed social worker for 30 years.
Okay.
And this also is a racist field, but we can get into that later.
Okay.
But that's true. We were raised in households where it was risky for your children to speak outside of the house. A lot of children are people, particularly those who are under 50, don't quite understand that. But the reason why they said don't talk, the reason why they said don't talk about what's going on in our households is because we couldn't afford for you to be a youth. A lot of Black people didn't have a real childhood. They had to be on their, P's and Q's all the time, particularly when you're talking about the years prior to 1970. Mm-hmm. So if you're outside bragging or talking about what mom and dad has in the house, and some person here, particularly a racist white person that's local there, they don't like that, well, then that can cause problems. So I think historically it was for survival reasons. Mm-hmm. But then, of course, what you do in survival mode does not work in arrival mode.
Okay, then, y'all in arrival mode. I like that. Survival mode does not work in arrival mode. Yes, I like that. Okay.
So historically, I would just say that that's true. But I will say, since COVID, within the last actually maybe less than 24 months, mm-hmm. my whole clientele has flipped from predominantly white to predominantly Black.
That is wonderful. That is absolutely. Because that was one of the things that now I do hear, and I don't know if I associated it more so with my age group, but now people talk about it now. Like, I'll talk to my friends. Like, I have one friend, her name Black. Every time I talk to her, she be like, because my therapist said, I'd be like, listen, I don't want to hear what your therapist said. But people, they talk about it more.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
I have talked to one of my sorors, and I'll be talking to her like, girl, where you been? I've been trying to call you for an hour. She like, I was with my therapist. I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So I am really appreciating that Black people are going to get the mental health that they need, because like I said on a couple weeks ago, I talked about it very extensively. I was going through a depression, and I have not seen a therapist. Like the last time I seen a therapist, my sister and I were like going through stuff in our relationship, and I told her, like, listen, we keep going through this cycle of getting mad at each other, coming back, and we're not fixing the issues. I'm like, so we have to go to therapy. And once we did that, it's been years since we've gotten into it to that extent, where before it was like a cycling, like a revolving door. So I really do think that Black people, they're getting it now. They get it.
Yeah, because the pressure is on. What you have to understand is eventually, like anything that's under pressure, you're going to release the pressure. It's like being a tea kettle. So think of yourself as a tea kettle, and all of the stuff you've gone through, all of the issues, all of the trauma, it's simmering.
Yeah.
If you don't address it, it's simmering.
Right.
And like a tea kettle, every now and then you're going to blow your top.
Yeah.
To relieve that pressure that looks like being angry, that looks like overreacting.
Yeah.
It looks like being emotionally immature in your relationship.
Right. My friend, I'm telling you, I see her on here. I ain't gonna call her name or whatever, but I'm telling you, she is a pleasant person to be around now that she goes to therapy. She's so much better. Yeah, it's good.
The tools that you need.
And
also, unfortunately, Black and brown people in the diaspora, especially those of us who are the descendants of slaves, we are suffering from post-traumatic slave syndrome, which is equivalent to post-traumatic stress disorder.
Hold on, say that one more time. Post-traumatic slave disorder syndrome.
PTSS.
Okay, and what is that?
Well, everything that we've gone
through before,
the trauma of slavery, that becomes impressed upon your DNA. And then also, how about the fact that it's never stopped? Slavery by another name is what we're going through.
Somebody, come on, somebody. Listen, okay, and with that, we just gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it because, listen, I promise you, when I talk to somebody that's enlightened with things that's going on in the Black community, it's like I feel butterflies in my stomach, because when you're talking to somebody that try to make it seem like it's nothing going on, which though, I mean, they do exist. Like they like the purple M&M, like they do exist. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really disheartening, and especially when you see somebody that look like us.
That's a part of that mental health issue.
Yeah,
that's why I pointed out that we are all dealing with post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Right.
And when you see, I believe it was a line in it was. One of the brothers who was preaching, I can't remember his name now, he was with the Nation. He said that, he talked about how they stole our religion. Not only did they steal our bodies that came under subjugation to colonization, racism, and the peculiar institution of American slavery, they separated us from our soul. Our mind is with your mind that you worship. Psychiatry and spirituality are one and the same. So if I take your mind and I separate you from your soul, and then I convince you have no spirit, then I convince you your body belongs to me, and then I hold up in front of you white Jesus ready to float down out the sky, you are worshiping and praising the oppressor.
Okay,
you don't even know you're doing it.
Let me stop you right now. Y'all know my producer of the show is named Breezy. If I decide to come over to the LGBTQ community, I want to bring her as my girlfriend, because this right here, I'll bring my own girlfriend, okay? Because this right here is like, I love this. You don't even know, like, listening to the things that you're saying is just like taking my breath away. Like, come on.
Sister ain't lesbian, it's sisterhood.
Right.
And that's what we're supposed to feel, regardless of the LGBTQTI.
Yeah.
Or
did you say all the alphabets?
Of course.
Oh shit, y'all! Oh my God, I'm sorry. I know I ain't supposed to cuss in the first 10 minutes. Okay, but okay, look. So, Liz, first of all, let me say this. This is Happy Black History Month, everybody.
Absolutely.
I want to say that, and
with Black Power. That's what's happening.
Yes.
Choke on you.
Yes.
That's
Listen.
Right.
I promise you, I have even been saying, my sister been saying, like, she be on the phone with me when I be at work, and I meet Black people, and I be like, Happy Black History Month, and they be looking at me like,
yeah, what's wrong with you?
Right.
Yeah.
And so I've been saying it to people, and I was Breezy had picked up on the fact that I was saying Happy Black History Month, and she was out giving out candy or giving out something to the kids, and she was like,
Right.
the kids was like, she was saying Happy Black History Month to them, and she said they was looking at her like, what? And
Wow.
they in school.
Wow.
And they should be learning about this.
Well, look at what DeSantis did in Florida.
Oh,
okay.
If y'all don't know, can you please enlighten that? I think I talked about it last week or whatever about what DeSantis did, but about
what DeSantis did is a part of a paradigm, is a part of a entire plan. See, we really want to believe, and this is a part of our PTSS. We really want to believe it really didn't happen. It's not that bad. It's okay. We've really persevered. We've come a long way. But in order for 7% of the global population, which the white man is, not to control 93% of the global population, he has to keep control over this. Pretty much like a pimp controls a whore. So he gets in the mindset, you don't have to tell your body what to do. He tell your mind what to do when you go out and act against your own body. We're the only race of people that actually go against the first law of nature. That's self-preservation. You talk to one of us about self-preservation. What? Oh my God. But no, we're supposed to be singing Kumbaya, which means come by here, my Lord, come by here for the suffering. That's what that song, that's what that actually means. But they interpreted the sound of Kumbaya because the Africans were trying to speak English. Let's get it real. That's why they don't want you to read. That's why.
Girl, listen here.
To destroy Black boys, which has been going on and still going on. This is a part of a system that we're in. There is no mistake why we're redlining to ghettos. There is no mistake why we get the worst medical care. There's even something in the medical field called the African American factor. That's a multiple that's used in a formula, a mathematical formula. So if you go in and you have testing done, and a white woman your same age has testing done, if it says her liver is in bad shape, oh my God, she needs more help, let's get her there. But they'll put that multiple on there, which is called the African American factor. Mm-hmm. They multiply your test results, and then it makes your test results look like you're doing okay, like your liver is functioning better. So you don't get the next step in treatment. Mm-hmm. We wonder why we keep dying. We keep dying because the system is still working, because they're continuing, like the Santos, Trump, and others. This white nationalism, this white supremacy is prevalent. That is their manifest destiny. And for those of us who are history majors and took that in high school, manifest destiny is the right to manifest your destiny upon others. That means trample them and colonize them. That's what it means. So let's get
okay. Then,
we haven't done it education, so we don't have to, however you want to go with this.
Okay, but okay, so look, this is Black History Month. And every show I'm trying to bring awareness to a Black history figure other than, first of all, let me let y'all know my show is definitely sex and relationships, and I am right.
This impacts your sex,
right? So I'm gonna get into talking about the topic of the show, which is dating older women dating younger men. But before we kick it off, I want to talk about Black History Month, because this month is the shortest month and it's gonna be gone in a minute. But that don't mean that I'm gonna stop talking about stuff. But I want to bring awareness to Black history figures and people that have done things in history other than the Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, because they beat us over the head. Right. And the thing about it is that when you really, like, just say, for instance, like one of the things that I talked about last week on my show is everybody talks about Rosa Parks, because she fit the image that the NAACP wanted to stand behind. And she was not actually the person that ignited the boycott, the Birmingham boycott. The actual one of the actual people, because people were getting fined and all of that stuff for sitting in seats and all that. Right. But she was a secretary at the NAACP office, and one of the people that had did it before her was a lady by the name of Claudette Colvin, and but she didn't fit the image. She was 15 years old. She was pregnant, and she said, I read an interview that was done with her. She said I wasn't fair skinned and had silky hair. She was like, so they did not want to stand behind me as being a person. So therefore, they chose Rosa Parks to be the face of this movement. So, but anyway, I just want to bring a little bit of awareness to somebody else. So, who you got? Who you want to bring awareness to? I mean, come on now. I know you got something interesting.
Given that given that we are going to be talking about dating relationships, we have to understand foundationally what has happened to us in our minds.
Okay.
So, first of all, when we talk about slavery, now the reason I go it's a throwback because we're dealing with the psychological chains of slavery.
Mm-hmm.
We're dealing with the truly self-deprecating, self-denigrating behavior, self-hatred behavior. Okay, that's why we struggle to get together now as man and woman and couples, because we were really bred to not. We were used in breeding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's why I don't understand people getting worked up about Roe versus Wade. That is not our issue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but let's start then with, since it is Black American History Month. Let's start with Carter G. Woodson, the father of Negro History Week, that kicked off in 1926.
Okay.
He was an educator and the second Black man, second to W.E.B. Du Bois, to graduate from Harvard University.
Okay.
He committed his life to educating his people. He only worked in HBCUs, I believe, with the exception of University of Virginia, something like that, Virginia State University. But he started it off because he understood the importance of knowing the roots of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
See, think about it. If you're trying to kill a tree, you go and you think you're going to hop from limb to limb and cut the limbs off, the tree is going to sprout again.
Yeah.
So you have to understand the importance of the roots. So as above, so it is below. That is, again, that's another universal law that many of us have forgotten because we've been brainwashed in the system that we're in. This is a westernized system. We really are living in the matrix. So he understood the importance, and that was written by a Black woman, Sophia. I can't remember her last name. The Matrix, Total Recall, and there was another one I can't remember that she wrote. They stole that from her.
I saw that. Yeah.
He actually is very fundamental. You're talking about somebody that lived from the late 1800s to 1950. So when he started off, it was for 1 week. And then between 1970 and 1976, students at Kent State University, which seems to be pivotal, that university had a lot going on. They actually rallied and really expanded it to 1 month. And then starting in 1976, all U.S. presidents from that point on acknowledged it or designated it. I don't think they did a proclamation, but they designated it as Negro History Month. Then, of course, on to Black History Month.
Okay. I love it. She came with some facts, y'all. Okay. Let me tell you, this ain't just no regular show. We have quality guests. I talk a lot of SHIT, but you gonna learn something here today, okay?
The word must go forth.
Yes.
Our people need to understand the word has to go forth. Do you think that they take one moment off of breaking you down from the system that they have set into place to keep you in bondage? No, they don't take days off. Why are we taking days off? Why is it that the good and the righteous always stand by quietly? It is time for us to step forward. A great man that everyone seems to love once said that the kingdom of heaven is taken by violence and the violent take it by force. And that was Jesus that said that. So let's go on and get with it. He's revolutionary.
And you say like, girl, you are a revolutionary. I'm just trying to tell you, honey. Because listen, let me tell you something. Let me sit up in my seat. And I'm one of them people that I believe in giving a person their flowers when they are here to receive them, because I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have a good eulogy. Somebody going to talk some SHIT about you, honey, because I've talked to you in the past, in passing, you know what I'm saying? And when I've talked to you, you're always a matter of fact type person. And I love your confidence. And the thing about it is that the things that you tell me there is food for my soul. I feel like right now I'm sitting here and you're feeding me because I tell people all the time, and we had a podcast meeting here in the studio a couple weeks ago. And when they were telling about what each show is or whatever, and they was like, well, this show does this and this show does that. And when they got to me and they were like, she talks about black issues, and they considered me to be like pro-black or whatever. I was like, I ain't hear what else came after that. I'm telling you, Breezy, I'm telling you this right now. But when they said that to me and identified me as being something like that tells about black issues and being pro-black, I was just like, I was relishing in that. And so, honestly, to be completely honest, I'm telling you, you are feeding my soul right now. I want to tell you that I love the matter of factness that you talk with, and it's just powerful. Powerful.
Well, the truth don't take no president.
Girl, come on.
You don't got to dress the truth up.
Girl, no, you don't. Okay, I'm telling you.
Lotto so it can sell.
Yes, I say.
What that is.
Ava said, "Baby, she is the truth." I'm trying to tell you. Okay, hey everybody, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Let me give a couple shout outs before we go to commercial break. But I want to shout out my brother James Moore. I want to shout out Princess Jackson. She is a person that's on the West Coast, and she does like updates to people's fights. She does promos and everything like that, and she posts on her page. I mean, I just met her when I was on a cruise, and after that, she been posting me up ever since, and I want to let you know I really appreciate you, sister. I want to say, give a shout out to my girl Shantae Brooks. She always supports me. She always shows me mad love. Thank you so very much, my soror Ava. My boy Ty Fan, he is one of my rare breed brothers. I love you so very much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ebony Gilbert, she has served America and now she's retired. And girl, she is a straight up fast Neva. I love her to death. Thank you for tuning in. Shannon Robertson, Elijah McDaniel, and of course my girl Nikki Sale. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to come right back. When we come back, we will be talking about older women dating younger men. So stay right here and we will be right back.
Spectrum just launched Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are! Why did you switch?
Because Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest download speeds in the nation.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
Switch to Spectrum One and get internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-861-4999.
I wanna go where I wanna go, where we've never been before. Come along with me. Come along with me.
To learn more, visit Celebrity.com, call 1-800-CELEBRITY, or contact your travel advisor.
Now is no time to return to normal. It's time to go places normal's never been. Oh, bellissimo, Carlo. And do things normal can't even imagine. And Vegas is where you'll find it. Okay, commercials over, people. Back to work.
Hey y'all, welcome back. This is Red Couch Conversations, and I am here with my girl Lavita Jones. She is I don't want to say, almost like a time capsule. Like you're like a walking time capsule right now, and I really appreciate it because I'm learning something. I am the type of person that I love to learn. Okay, I love to learn, and especially when it's about my history and learning where I came from and the people that was, that have been a part of making history for us because, I'm telling you, one of the things that I have said before that when I was growing up, they didn't even want to teach us about Marcus Garvey. Like I grew up disliking the man. What? Because that's how they taught us. The white teachers were the ones that was, girl, okay.
Marcus Garvey's 21 Lessons in Life will teach you not only how to move through society, speak.
We did not plan this. We did not plan this.
No, this is not planned. But I come ready. I come ready. I stay ready.
She just, we did not plan for her to pull this out of her pocket.
Not at all.
Now. This is crazy. But when I'm telling you, I read the autobiography of Marcus Garvey, and one of the things I'm going to definitely read that. But when I'm telling you, this man just really took my breath away. I think that he was just like before his time. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, brother was not a good businessman. That's what
No, he was.
Remember,
Yeah,
pay your taxes.
Right. And the thing about it is that one of like most of our black figures that we had, their downfall were people of their own color, like, and that's like very disheartening. So,
well, let me interject something there. You made that statement. You made another part. Understand this. You do know that we came up from the dirt and had to learn the language, had to learn the system. They made sure that we didn't understand the economics of the system and that we were the economics of the system. They made sure we understood only the work side of things. So let's get clear. Capitalism, the economic system of the United States, was built on the backs of slaves. Wall Street, and I ain't talking about the black one. I'm talking about up there in New York City, in the South, so I'm gonna say it like that. That was built on the backs of slaves. And I don't necessarily mean the bricks. I mean, we were the stock. See, y'all don't know that. There's a certificate. See, that's how we start getting birth certificates. They owned us. So we are the stock. We are the cattle. We are the engine that makes this country move. So for all those who say go back to wherever, look here. My people farmed this land. My people broke this land. I'm both Native American, Aboriginal, and I am Irish as well. So I understand, even from when the poor Irish came from, they came from nothing. They was actually the niggas in their country. Let's be clear. They came over here to police, patrol the slaves to keep them underfoot. That's how this system is very complex. So when you make those statements, you have to understand that there are those of us who did it without any level of education. Okay? After the first 10 years of slavery, we had become governors, sheriffs. We ran whole municipalities, which is why the 1919 happened. 1919 began the Red Summer, where they began to pillage and rob and steal our land, our wealth, and that's where you get your Black Wall Streets, your Rosewoods. I believe Memphis probably kicked it off. Memphis is my hometown, and Memphis is very deep and steeped in history. But see, that's a hope that'll hijack your show. So we ain't gonna go there route. But understand that a lot of what you're dealing with in terms of relationships, though, amongst Black people, the lack of what you think is unity. Understand the basic unit of society is a family. If we can't get it right in the dating, how do we establish a nation? You have to first start with the nuclear family. Nuclear families go on to what? To build communities. Communities could build what? Societies. Societies build nation. If you want to be a nation builder, then you're going to have to learn how to date. You're going to have to learn how to date with intention, and you're going to have to learn how to date with purpose. No one should be out here dating without knowing.
I'm about to be slave right now.
I'm sorry.
Boy, you gotta
stop me.
Because I'm trying to tell you, like, dating is really hard. Yeah. It's really hard. So yeah, they gotta learn how to date. Right. Yeah. So
you're coming from people who were taught to be breeders.
So
now it's hard to get together in love and stick it out. Because it takes work to have a relationship. Okay.
So look, we're gonna get to the topic, and then we'll come back and do
what's about the Black women's health piece.
Right. We'll do that at the after the
honorable mention. We gotta mention.
We gotta mention
that devil before we get out of here. We have to.
So okay, y'all. So this is a situation. So I this past week put up a post on my Facebook, and I was talking about. The post was saying, ladies, ladies, y'all better get with it, basically, and stop limiting yourself by just trying to date men within your age group. Because the thing about it is that I'm 46 years old, and so it was just recent that I said I'm going to open up and be open to dating younger men. Now they approach me all the time, but the first
I'm sorry, I love them.
So they approach me all the time, but when I see these young men come to me, the first thing I say is, "How old are you?"
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know because I think
I'm 53, and I'm telling you,
what's the youngest that you've dated? Come on with
Now,
it.
why are you trying to do it like that?
Okay, what's the
Okay, at what age?
what was the age group? I mean,
I will say that now my age range. I'm 53. So I would say now my age range is really 35 to 45.
I know that's right. I know that's
now,
right.
The reason I did that though, it's because times have changed.
Yes.
Okay.
But listen, let me say this though. Let me say this. So I put up this Facebook post, and I was telling women that they should start consider dating younger.
That's what's happening.
So mind you, the reason why I'm saying this is because we really have to look at it like this, y'all. So I am 46, and I used to say that I wouldn't date. The youngest that I would date would be 42. And that's what I used to say. Let me tell you. Let me just finish. I used to say I wouldn't date anybody younger than 42, and the oldest I would date would be 55. Now, the thing about it is that's what I used to say.
No, it's different, don't you?
But the thing about it is that recently, like I said, the younger guys be coming. They be coming at me.
Them come.
And I be saying at this, right, and it makes me.
They don't have no refractory period.
And the thing about it is they make me feel good. Like the young guy that I have been, like the young guys that I talk to, because I'm single.
I meet them all the time.
I can talk to as many people as I want to. Right, so. The young guys, their conversation is refreshing, but then I started looking at it though, Vita, and I was saying to myself, like at 46, most of the guys my age are either married, attached to somebody at this point, they are incarcerated, they are gay, because this is what this is the thing.
That's to me. Okay, I don't want to interrupt. Go ahead.
This is the thing that they always say. They always say that women outnumber men.
Oh, BS.
But listen to me. This is what they need to understand. See, we're talking about a whole pie of men, okay? But they're not talking about the percentage that are free to date. Now, when you talk about the percentage that are free to date as a single man, that pie gets smaller because they're just talking about men in population. We're not talking about the ones that are that have some kind of like mental issues. Like they're still considered men. That ones that are like are disabled, that have palsy,
you
Down
mean viable
syndrome,
suitors? I get you.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you talk about, like you said, viable suitors. Our pie gets smaller, but there's also a group of men that are now looking for wives. They have gotten to the age where they're establishing their career. They're ready to be, and they are also they've been raised by Big Mama. You know what I'm saying? So they have old-fashioned values, and we cannot, as women, not count these guys as viable suitors based upon their age, because their maturity does not necessarily have to be what it is. I mean, that goes along with their age. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna jump on in here I'm gonna just lay out a few facts, a few stats. Now, how we gonna lay this down? Okay. Now, when you talk about the viability of the suitor, you're talking about economics, provider, protector, and love. All you ladies who don't understand that, you missing the whole thing. You are the prize. Let's first say that. And a woman's leverage is her staying on the throne and using her thought. Once she steps down to her emotion, she loses it. She's lost the game. Now, so catch that. But here's the thing. When you say that, understand this. A woman is going to always be more mature than a man. That's number one. In my day, I'm 53. And I ain't gonna lie, I dated a wide, nice little range of, and nobody was over 45, here and there. But I do prefer that young man, put your Timberlands on, stand up and do what you gotta do. I'm loving it. I know the fact that you don't have no refractory period.
Yes.
Like boom, and one and two. You understand? Back to back, men gonna take that nap because some of these old men, baby, they need a nap. And see, that's what's getting on my nerves. At 53, I'm sorry.
Yes.
If you need a nap, baby, to get with me, I'm not for you.
Yes.
I'm a little bit too
Come
athletic.
on, somebody.
I like it athletic in bed. So But here's the thing, though. Let's get real. Black men, the life expectancy of black men is 71.
Mm-hmm.
He's middle-aged at 35. You're middle-aged at 46. I think y'all are evenly yoked. How about that? Mariah and Nick, I'm trying to do that too. Because that's that 10-year gap. So I'm sorry. I mean, truthfully, I'm not into pawpaw. I had a wonderful father. I got a father. I'm not looking for daddy. Now, there's some women out here, they looking for pawpaw.
Yeah.
I ain't looking for him. Okay? I don't need your pawpaw. Hey, I love you to death, but I don't need you. I need something that's going to stand up in it.
This is the thing that I found out with my Facebook post. A lot of guys were hating on these young dudes. And I noticed
their asses is lazy.
Danielle Nicholson, I'm going to read your comment. And I'm telling you this right, because he's on this live right now, and he says, recipe for disaster, dating a younger man.
Not true.
That is so, but the thing about it is, what I can't understand is that they cannot give me a reason.
They don't have one other than ego.
They just want to hate.
But these are the same guys.
Get
Hold on, wait a minute now. These are the same guys on the dating app. You know which direction you sliding in. He could be getting older or younger, or you can just assume it's him and then his son. Mm-hmm. Because y'all still holding on, baby. Let's go on and get real. Men need to stop that. Put the picture on what you look like now. Saying you played football in high school and actually thinking you still athletic, but you weighing 600 pounds. I've met that recently. You was 600 pounds and talked about he played football, and I'm thinking where?
Let me tell you, wait a minute.
They was doing the wobble. They weren't playing football because you wobbling.
I'm on Facebook dating app, okay?
Yeah, me too.
And a guy inboxed me. And he said he was 5'9". He was like 280 pounds. And
that's not sexy.
But wait a minute. I'll start scrolling through his pictures. He didn't have no legs.
Wait a minute, that same guy reached out to me. I am not kidding.
He was sitting on the floor.
I was like, dude.
And he said 5'9" on his profile. He said he's 5'9".
He was with legs.
Talk about what you are right now.
Exactly.
I don't get it. Like these guys, like
ain't got to do that because he's coming with it like it is. But understand though, really, black women are going to have to wise up on this because black men are middle-aged at 35.
One of my friends here, Morgan West, she says I'm 60 and young guys are coming at me. Mind you,
left and right.
Morgan, this is Morgan West, my friend on Facebook. She does not look 60. She just had put up a big old post saying it was her 60th birthday and she was going real big. I'm like, I call bullshit because you do not look 60 years old, Morgan West. Winter,
we take better care of ourselves.
Yes, we do. And I think that the reward for us taking care of ourselves is that we should have a younger man.
I've been doing it. What you waiting on?
I've just started.
Why are you so guilty?
Look, I'm telling you, I'm like a kid. Like, I am so excited. I am so... Breezy looking at me.
Like, what the heck?
I am so...
You like a kid in the candy store?
So now, don't get me wrong. At 40... Okay, so I'm 46. Mm-hmm. So I would say at 43, I was dating someone that was like maybe 3 or 4 years younger than me, but that's not what I'm talking about.
You're talking about 10 at least. What's wrong with that? I don't get the problem.
About to do.
Sweetheart, where's the problem?
Listen, and
that's a white woman problem.
Listen, I'm telling you, like even when I talk about it, like I swear to God, and I don't mean to be raunchy. This is funny. I'm not being raunchy. I'm telling you, I'm not. But when I say that, I'm probably about to be raunchy. Yeah. But listen, I am telling you, my body is reacting to the fact that I'm even talking about it. Listen.
Now you know why I love them.
Oh my God. Listen, y'all, I swear to God, I be feeling like this is
all the old man can do is show his way to the young man. That's it. Let's keep it real. I don't like none of old but money.
Talking about look,
because what he gonna do? I mean, like it goes from this. It's 6 o'clock in the morning when you're 35.
Yes.
But when you 55, it's like this, and then it's 6 or something. It's a little heavy. But look. I ain't got time for you to work that thing up.
And they
you better go on and you need to come with it.
Older, like I told my girl, because like she's
hanging out lower.
They scrotum balls or whatever. They hang low, And don't get me wrong, like I know that
of a rap
different
song.
things.
Do they hang up?
Right. The thing about it is, I know that my body has gone through changes with me being older. Okay.
Yeah,
but these dudes be talking too much.
But our bodies don't change like theirs in that sense.
But Lavita, they talk too much shit.
Oh, they be lying on the penis. They lie on their penis. The penis don't do all that after a certain age. Y'all ain't got me fooled. I know.
They titties be hanging low. I told my girl the other day, she was talking about.
I think I have enough. I don't. Did you
Listen,
say they have titties?
They be having. My girl was talking about how her, and I'm not gonna call no name, and I got a whole bunch of girls. So my girl was saying that her dude, his titties hang low. I was like,
his titties?
Yes. I told her to smash them together and lick up his cleavage, and I told her that is a warning signal. Like, ever get wrong, and I'm gonna tell somebody that I'm going. Girl, I cannot stand the male girdle. I done dated somebody that had a male girdle.
Tits either.
Yeah,
so,
but
I can't do it no way.
I can't.
Ain't nothing I can do. Because if I got to raise your stomach up to geese and
I don't want to date nobody that's dating.
I can't do that either. That's too much work.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to hold your stomach. We're not doing that.
My sister gonna say, I don't want a kid. My oldest son is 32. What I look like with a 35-year-old?
You look like a happy woman.
You look like you getting your back
blowed out.
Ow.
Do he wear his Timberlands?
I'm telling you. She's talking about what I look like with a 35-year-old happy.
Nothing wrong with it.
Listen, because the thing about it is,
and some of them are mature. Let's be honest. I mean, I'm going to tell you my dating experience because I actually am one of the women you're talking about.
Okay.
I date young men.
How old are you, Breezy?
I'm 40 and Sharon is 52.
Okay.
It works.
Okay.
It works because women are in their sexual. I don't know about white women. Yes. I can speak for black women.
Okay.
We're in our sexual prime well into our 60s.
Yeah.
For me, the prime of life started for me at 40.
Yeah.
Now, and I felt like at 40, I knew what to do with it and how to handle it in the way it needed to be handled. And I also knew my body. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of times women are really, we need to talk about that. Because there's a lot of women I hear that are not orgasming. They're with men, they're not having an orgasm. They have to go get a rose or something like that to play with that, but they got a man.
Let me stop you right there.
You can't say that?
Let me stop right there. No.
I can't do that.
No, you can.
Oh.
But a rose ain't got nothing to do with it. I got a rose that never leaves the bed. Okay, let me tell you.
Wait a minute. You got to let me make this point.
Hold on. Let me tell you. The other day, because I talk about the rose all the time because I absolutely love the rose. The other night, y'all,
to be honest with you.
I had a dream about my mom. My mom is deceased, right? And I had a dream that my mom had came and she was getting in the bed with me, and I was like, "Oh my God, my rose!" Like I was feeling around.
Oh, it stays in the bed.
Yes.
Did you say? You meant that?
Yes. My rose don't never leave out of bed. The only time it leaves out of the bed, I put it on the charger while I'm at work, and when I get off work, it goes back.
Oh no!
In the bed.
Okay, I gotta have.
That's how I go to sleep.
I gotta have the soul pole.
Yeah,
now,
I want
that stuff
one.
right there is cute for dessert. I gotta, what they call the appetite. I gotta have a soul pole. So I'm not gonna lie about that part. Now I gotta have that soul pole. Now, but look, now you gotta understand. The young man, he fitted for a mature woman. He's got the stamina. We don't stop. Once you get in the zone as a woman, it don't stop. For all you men out there that think you can make a woman tap out, you've been lied to.
Oh no, my sister.
Somebody lied to you.
Listen, let me tell you something. My sister is saying, she said they F like rabbits. She said you gotta hold their waist to slow down. That's not true. That's not true.
That's not true. I have to agree with that. That's not true.
Yeah.
And those of I had to give some pointers to, it was like boom boom, they learned so quick.
Because do you watch like all the Queen's Men on BET plus with Eva when she owned the strip club or whatever?
I've never seen
and
that.
Oh child, you need to watch that. Shout out to all the Queen's Men on BET Plus or whatever. It was written by one of my college mates, Christian Keys. Yeah, he wrote that show. So anyway, you be seeing those young guys and they be working their hips and they be rolling it. And let me tell you, I just ran into a guy not too long ago, a young guy that kind of had me saying, what y'all over here doing? 30-something-year-old.
They know what to do with it.
And he was telling me, he was like, I'm gonna tell you. I was like, I'm just not sweet. I don't think we'll be sexually compatible. That's the conversation that I led with.
Oh, girl, you didn't have no information.
I don't think that we'll be sexually compatible because I was always thinking that they were going to be humping like rabbits. He told me, he said,
That's not true.
I love to please.
Exactly. And
He
that's
said,
why I love them.
he said, I want to grind down you and whisper in your ear and take it slow.
Ooh.
I'm like, Lord, my social security number is.
Can you hand me some tissues? I think I need to go change.
Oh, my God.
But that's what it's about. I mean, they really are. They really do seek to please you.
Mm-hmm.
Because for them, they got to prove to you that they really the man.
Right,
so they really put that effort in to please you.
My friend Lavish T. Williams, I think Lavish is like 36 years old, somewhere around there. Lavish, I don't know how old you are. If you get an opportunity, please check in. But Lavish is dating and has been dating for a while an older woman, and she ain't going nowhere, because it got to be something that he's doing right, because she be going through the fire and the brimstone.
He can hold it down.
Yeah, that's
older
what
man.
it is.
I'm sorry, older man can't. We need to get away from that fantasy.
He's 39, he says.
If he can't, look here, if a man can't keep up with your pace of walking, he cannot keep up with you in bed.
Okay.
Y'all better think about it. While y'all get these couch potatoes who love brown liquor and cigars, and that does not turn me on. Because all they doing is sitting there in that thing getting limper and limper.
Oh my God.
Now, get you some protein, bro. Why don't you walk, lift some weights? But you need your protein to make that testosterone to keep that lead in the pencil.
Yeah.
See, a lot of these older men, they faking and shaking and they want to look cool. But I want somebody that can perform.
So what is the oldest that you would date?
I'm going to be,
how old are you again?
I'm 53.
Okay.
But I don't move like a 53-year-old woman. So, with that being said, honestly, right now I'm talking to a guy that's 50.
Okay.
We're dating. He's 50. He played basketball, so he's slim. So he's a little bit, more in the shape.
Mm-hmm.
But every guy that I've ever dated has been athletic.
Okay.
And muscular. So I don't. The one guy I did try a 600-pounder once, and then another one 400-pounder. Because, I'm a nice girl, Southern girl, from Memphis. So, I'm not stupid. I'm not going to turn down someone that wants to date the queen and treat her like a lady. I'm not stupid now.
Okay, then.
But it wasn't for me. And everybody wants to hook me up with a chubby guy. I don't know why. Everybody wants, and I was a large. I was 100 pounds larger.
Because it's an abundance of them out here. It's like,
I don't want no teddy bear.
But the guys, people are in shape are more of it's not a big pickings of them. You know what I'm saying?
Disagree. A lot of black men are very athletically built and they've never lifted a weight in their life.
At that young age.
Country field.
At a young age. And when they're younger, right?
I disagree. Black men, a lot of black men, and I think once they get to like 40, though, it depends on how well he's taking care of himself. But a lot of black men are, they're younger. They're muscular, rather. They have that prowess. Just like we look young, they still have that thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on how well they take care. If they're into drinking and smoking, if you're not into eating right, fellas. Guys, black men we need to really talk about black men don't really do well for their health. And I think that impacts the longevity too.
Hold on, okay, so now look at this. I have two people tuning into my show. First of all, Lavish T. Williams said he be on that Tank and Levert, make you feel it when I ain't around 6. He said that's
and Lavish is 36.
Lavish is 39.
Hey, Lavish.
Right? Look, my homeboy Pedro is on here now. Pedro is a guy that he's in Detroit. If you're on a bike set in Detroit, or if you're on a bike set, period, Pedro Turner. He is a guy that this motherfucker is a. I'm sorry, I don't know if I need to cuss, but he is a vampire. Okay,
what that mean?
He does not age.
Oh,
he has been around for so long, and he just stays the same.
I bet he's taking care of himself.
I've never heard Pedro say anything about going to the gym. I've never heard, I think he has a natural slim
good genes.
build. Yeah, he does has good genes because I've seen his father.
Okay.
And his father.
That helps.
Yeah. But Pedro has stayed, he is a guy that I've seen him in the picture with Martin Luther King and he looked the same.
Oh my God.
He looked the same. He was in a picture with Martin Luther King.
Said that about me.
This way he gonna say Pedro ain't that old. He only 43. 43 years ago, Pedro. Pedro, come on now. Pedro has not. I've been on the bike set since 2009, and Pedro can probably wear the same clothes if he chose to. He has not gained any weight. He has not lost any weight. I think this motherfucker is an Illuminati. Like, he has made a deal with Illuminati.
I think he's worth meeting. Hey, Pedro.
Yes, I'm telling you. That
I know what you're talking about.
Pedro Turner, y'all. He's on Facebook, y'all. If y'all get a chance, go take a glimpse of his picture because he is not a. He does not a. And when we used to go out of town, we all go to be in the bed, and he will party all night long. The man is a walking. I'm telling you, he done made a deal with the devil. I promise you. I don't understand. So my thing is, I feel like because when you think about dating older guys, Pedro does not come to mind. Like,
43 is not older.
He is not no fucking 43. I'm telling you, this motherfucker is more like 73. I'm telling you, he has been around. Like, he got a picture with Louis Farrakhan, like at the Million Man March. And then he got a picture of with like little baby. Like, this motherfucker, like Pedro has went through generations and generations of, like, he take pictures. I'm telling y'all, y'all don't understand what I'm trying to say. He gonna say Pedro is 43. You are a 43 live, but Pedro is awesome. He is an awesome guy. He just does not age. I just don't understand it. Yeah, he ain't using oil of Olay. He using something else. Like, honestly,
I think younger men are fun. They're energetic.
Yeah,
and they aim to please. I don't see anything wrong with that combination. Tell me what's wrong with that.
I'm interested. Listen,
I'm miserable trying to really kind of date my age. It gets miserable because everybody wants to talk about naps and sleeping.
Look, my cousin told me last night.
Take some protein. Get a protein shake. Get a regimen.
My cousin told me, he was like, I've been trying to date an older woman. So my cousin's not really that young, but he said he was trying to date a woman. My cousin is in his 40s, like me. But he said he was trying to date someone. I think he said she's 54. He was like, I'm trying to date her because he was like, but she making it difficult because all this B want to do is take naps. He was like, she go to work, want to take a nap. He was like, she be in a bed. He was like, I talked to her at 5 o'clock and she like, I'm so tired. I'm about to go home and go to bed.
Tell them, don't give up. There are plenty of energetic women like myself that are out there that are older that would love to date him.
Oh, that's my cousin. He look like Idris too. He is a really handsome guy. He is.
You trying to start some of Idris.
Yeah, he is very interesting. Hey, cousins. So, I want to, I'm gonna date a younger guy. I am going to. I was so nervous because of me being my body being disfigured.
Yeah, they don't care about us. First of all, you're gonna be at some most of the time anyway. They're not gonna be out face to face that much anyway. Plus, you got stuff for him to do. Trust me, it's an amusement park situation. Okay. You miss the word, girls. Y'all need to come off of it. Everybody want to lay down and this is cold and cup. No, get on your feet and do that thing. I'm telling you, y'all missing out.
Girl, I love it. I love you. I am so excited.
Everybody talking about knees, girl. Get on your feet and squat.
Yeah, because my knees ain't good.
Get on your feet.
Yes, like
squat.
Like, I wish I could do this.
You can ride it like that too,
right?
And cowboy style works as well.
Yeah.
I
need to stop being like so. I be feeling.
You seem to be like a little self-conscious about it.
I am.
Okay, you do know that you don't look ancient, right?
Okay.
So to me, I see you with someone 35. He may look older than you. The guy that's 50 looks older than me. He's got a gray beard and everything. I look 10 years younger than him. So don't worry about it. You worry about the wrong thing. You ought to be.
I am, because I feel like I swear to God, because I feel like now, y'all, that me dating a younger guy, I feel like me saying, okay, I'm gonna date a younger guy. I feel like it has opened up.
Of course.
Now it's like and
he's always ready.
And it's like, because these guys that I have been saying, I'm too young, and they be like, how old are you? And I'm like 46, and they be like, what? I'm like, now, I'm open, y'all. I'm so excited.
This is very important. She's like, oh my God, I've discovered a whole new world.
Right.
And it's a great world.
He said, Lavita said, dudes don't care about nothing, but if you wet and can get him up. I said,
to bring it truth to the
dudes don't care
situation.
nothing about, but if you went and can get him up, James said, y'all too old to do all that. Y'all go pull a muscle. You are such a hater.
Stretch.
Yes.
Stretch before.
Right.
And stay in shape.
Listen, I'm on it. But what's crazy to me, James Moore, you was one of the people too that was on my Facebook topics, and y'all was talking about how we shouldn't date young guys and everything. And it's such a double standard when women date young guys.
You know why?
Why?
What old man gonna say? Well, you know, you could come over here and date me. No, he jealous. He upset. He mad.
That's what it is.
That young stud.
That's what
that
it
young
is.
bull.
And the thing about it is,
you off.
like I tell guys now, I'm at the age where I can date you or your son. So know that
but I won't. I have not done that.
Right, date you.
I will not do father's.
Right. I mean, but I can pick either or.
Right.
So my thing is, all of the things that people are on my status this past week talking about these guys that all they doing is on Percocet and all they want to do is play PlayStation and they don't know how to fix a tire and they don't know they ain't gonna get out the car. And
all young men ain't like that.
They're all young. I'm telling you, I know
the ones that like older women are not really like that because they know they got to be on point.
Right.
So the ones that are sitting up there playing, farting out your couch and
right.
playing games all day, girl, that's because you letting him. Let's just keep it real.
And listen,
you want to get your son.
My girl, Deidre Dainty said, younger dudes don't be set in their ways.
That's true, and they're so teachable.
Yes.
So why who was that worried about them doing rabbit? First of all, that neck thing, that's a rabbit thing. That's actually a white man thing. Trust me. Black men screw from the hips.
Yeah.
It's something they learned early, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. The ones that get the best head are the ones from Louisiana. Every hair doctor I've gotten has been from Louisiana. It's like, I don't know if they teaching them how to do that right after them or what. But them boys have perfected that skill. Oh my God. Yes, they have. I'm sorry. Did I go in the wrong direction?
No, I love
it. I just got to give a shout out to the man from Louisiana.
Oh, shout out to the man of it. Listen, I'm
real.
I don't know about you, but I'm getting a hankering for some Southern Classic chicken right about now. Hey, right, this is a road trip.
I mean, it's what
I'm
serious. I am so serious. The best.
James Moore talking about I like being a sugar daddy. No, you don't. No, you don't.
What does that mean?
He's talking about. I guess he's talking about like he ain't about to go nowhere with his fat self. He about to stay at home. Him and his wife. He ain't about to do nothing. He ain't about to be no sugar nothing. You is Splenda daddy. You a Splenda daddy. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
He is a Splenda daddy. Lavish said, I can date the mother, grandmother, or the daughter. They all are within the age of 30 to 50. Said he is.
You are a savage.
And ain't about to do nothing. Ain't about to do nothing, honey. He got one that's, ain't about to do nothing.
Savage.
Yeah, he is. Well, I ain't gonna say he ain't a savage because he's just.
I do have. Now, there is one young man that I was dating.
Mm-hmm.
And he lied about his age. Why? I don't know. It was already more than 10 years different.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't have the conversation. He was a hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
He was laid back. He
Mm-hmm.
was kind of quiet, but he didn't really have the social skills. So I don't know if it was age or just the lack of social skills. But it was like, now he got on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
But in that, bedroom, he was,
wonderful.
right on point.
Yeah.
He really was. So all of them are not equipped for the conversation with
I have to have. The one thing that I found with dating a younger guy is that they're texters. I'm not a texter.
Yeah, I don't like to do that. Not no whole conversation.
Yeah, I'm not a texter.
Keeping in touch or whatever.
But just recently, a guy that had approached me, I told him, I was like, I'm not a texter. And he was like, oh, that's fine. I'm not one either.
Good.
Yeah.
The thing is, how can I get you on voice control if all you want to do is text?
On voice control? What you mean? Oh, so he could.
That's when a man hear your voice and he's aroused by you.
Oh.
See, you young girls need to slow it down.
Oh, okay. Look, I'm about to try. I'm gonna be like, is it hard yet? No. That might ruin a moment.
He need to quit.
Oh my God.
these younger and some of my younger clients, I do teach. I do coach on dating, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, dear.
And that's what I was saying.
One call does it all.
Oh,
okay?
absolutely. We are the beginning and the end of all your counseling.
Okay.
The Alpha and the Omega.
Absolutely.
But the thing, a lot of my young girls, I do have to coach them that how do you make that connection if you're texting? He needs to hear your voice. You need to hear his voice, because that's when you start feeling whether or not there's some vibe. Because there's a whole other thing going on underneath the surface with y'all that you all are really not aware of.
Okay.
Because then we haven't even talked about the sacred, divine, feminine, and masculinity, how they dance and how they intersect. Because it's a whole lot of women, even married ones, that are leaning too far into your masculinity and wondering why you're frustrated in your marriage. That's another talk show. I do coach on that too.
Let me tell you. Let me go to the comments real quick.
So I coach life skills, social skills, parenting skills, relationship skills.
Katarufe said, equipped for conversation is a good point, but all they want to do is send photos. And you know what?
That's not true with every young man.
But you know what? I welcome photos. I've been getting a lot of photos this week. I do. I thought it was only me.
It's not you. And these girls need to stop
lying.
Okay, some women be lying.
No.
Right. Thank you. Yes. Ain't nothing wrong with comparing dick pics. But the truth is, a lot. Okay, let's just going to be real. Some women are just prudish.
Mm-hmm.
They're prudish.
And
ice queens. Stop.
That.
Don't. It is not a fun life. It is not fun.
I don't want to be that.
Don't. It's rigid. It is cold.
I never was that.
Don't.
Yes.
Find your niche. If you're not comfortable in your own skin,
that is my fear that I'm turning prudish.
Don't. You have to be comfortable in your skin. If you're not comfortable in your skin and confident in the woman that you are, how can you possibly attract the man that's for you regardless of his age? Because I don't really think there's a limit in terms of the age or whatnot. Now, we don't do pedophilia. That's crazy.
Right, absolutely.
But, I think you do have to be open. I think you're at a point of look at all the things you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's wrong with you inviting a younger man into your life that is energetic? He may be doing some
How long do I gotta wait to have sex?
Not at all. I think you can do that from day one if you choose.
Oh my God.
You know what y'all talking
oh my God.
You'll decide yourself, girl.
Yes.
But,
yes, Lord.
I will say now, if you're serious about trying to have some serious, I will say this.
Right.
I think the most important piece, seriously.
I just need to, how guys be saying they got to get that first one off. I need to get that first one off. And then once I get me a
That's
good.
That's what your rose is for.
No,
ladies,
I'm tired of the
you don't
rose.
need to be dating horny. Don't.
Okay.
Don't date horny.
Tell me something. Because I'm tired of doing it by myself.
Men need to jack off before they date.
Yeah.
They do, especially with a new woman.
Oh.
Because they're already over the top in their head with the fantasies.
Yes.
Now before your first date, and girl, go ahead and get yourself taken care of too.
Right.
That you're meeting and you're not doing stuff out of horniness.
Okay.
Because that's real.
Okay.
That's real.
Okay, so look, y'all. We about to get ready to wrap it up. But before we wrap it up, I want you to bring it on in with your last Black History. Before I have my final words, do your last Black History person who you want to highlight.
Absolutely. I wanted to highlight this because, and I want everyone to understand everything that we've really talked about today is impacting your relationships. It really is. We just didn't, for the sake of time, have time to go deeper.
Mm-hmm. You're going to come back though, right?
Of course. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I had so much fun with you today.
I've had great fun.
Yeah.
But I would like to highlight J. Marion Sims, MD, gynecologist. He is the white man who recently in 2018 they actually removed his statue from a park in Harlem. He experimented on Black slave women to develop the science of gynecology, which is interesting to me because he found it in Egypt already in the Temple of Edfu, where we already had a medical temple that showed on the walls in hieroglyphs how women give birth and surgical tools as well as many other things. So let's not get it twisted. They didn't invent anything. They appropriated it, hijacked it, and stole it. That's a whole nother show. But he is a torturer. He calls himself a doctor. He called himself a medical doctor, and white people love him and uphold him for founding the science of gynecology, but he tortured women. And I want to name 3 women that he tortured out of hundreds of slaves. Slaves. He did this between until 1883 to his death. He tortured numerous women, but 3 names that we did find that they were found in his notes was Anarcha. Praise be to her. These are ancestors now. These were slave women, Betsy and Lucy. He did more than 30 surgeries on these women, each without any anesthesia. And his reason was that we didn't really feel it, and he didn't think it was necessary for surgery. He was a surgeon. However, when he went to Europe, and after perfecting his craft on slaves, he did use anesthesia on white women. So let's get it clear. When Black women are saying they're not listening to us, I'm hurting, they are not lying. This is real. The medical field in the U.S. has been founded on the backs of slaves. Women were not the only ones tortured and used in medical experimentation for the sake of science here in America.
Wow.
And my grandmother, Pearline Sanders, was one of those women that was experimented on as well. Not by this doctor. She wasn't born until the 1920s. But I can tell you that is truth. And I myself was turned back out to go work in the field, enslave and die in the field, and was told I had congestive heart failure by Michaela Klaus, an APRN that's right here in Dallas, Texas. And you a liar, and you've been a liar. And not only did I not have congestive heart failure, I'm strong, I have no damage to my heart, but she told me that, put me on several medications that caused a serious allergic reactions, almost killed me, because she told me it was because I was Black. She said that out her mouth. So this is real.
Yes,
they're killing us. Black women are dying in terms of childbirth, and our infant mortality rate is high because they're killing Black babies.
Yes, they are.
They're dropping them on the floor.
Yes.
They're torturing them in the nurseries. They're doing many things.
I went to school to be a doula, a birthing doula.
We need you.
Yes,
we need you.
Yes, because the infant mortality rate in the Black community is like
ridiculous. And it has. How is it that these girls are running, playing basketball, they're dropping babies, and all of a sudden the baby died? No, this was he dropped the baby in the living room. And did you see where the white male nurse, I believe it was 2 years ago, it's kind of at the beginning of COVID, he had a Black infant, a newborn, by the arms, doing it like this, like it was a turkey or something, and literally traumatizing the baby to music, and he was just laughing. They videoed it. Did he get fired?
Girl, listen here.
They've been damaging Black babies. See, a lot of people don't even realize that you're not born with mental retardation. It can be caused during the birthing process. It can be caused by a diet that is lack the nutrition that you need, because a poor woman may not have the funds to feed her children the proper nutrition. See, all of this is systemic. That's why we got to be very careful when we begin to criticize our people about what we do and don't do. It's all about what we've learned to do. And who have we learned it from? Our oppressor, our slave masters.
Come on,
our colonizers.
Body.
That's how we
listen. I want to thank you so much for coming to this show. You have been, I have to say, this is one of the greatest shows I have had thus far. I really, really appreciate you. And please, please grace us with your presence again. I have really, really enjoyed this.
I have too.
So y'all listen. So you going to come back?
Absolutely.
So she said it right here on the show. So look, y'all, I want to make sure that y'all share this show. Share this show. Please. Okay. One more thing. Go ahead.
And for any of your counseling needs, I do deal with trauma and grief, particularly childhood trauma, as well as social and racial injustice in America. I do help my clients with that. I do have a waiting list. I do tend to keep one. Mm-hmm. But again, you can always call AOC, Alpha Omega Counseling and Consulting Services, for the beginning and end of all of your counseling needs. We're here to resurrect you. The word has to go forward. We're here to liberate you from what binds you.
Yes. I love it. I love it, y'all. So y'all heard it here. Alpha Omega Counseling for the beginning and the beginning and the end of your counseling needs. I like that. That's a good slogan, honey. Absolutely. So anyway, I want y'all to make sure that y'all share this podcast. I want to make sure that you guys go to my YouTube channel, simply The Baldhead Truth, and subscribe. Hit the bell so that you will be notified the next time that I go live or next time I post a video. Make sure that you tune in right here every Sunday at 5:00 p.m. to Simply the Bald Hair Truth and Red Couch Conversations. Thank you for tuning in. I really, really appreciate you. I love you, Lavita, and thank you for coming. All right, y'all. Check y'all out next week. Peace out.